boys and girls, Jokester here, bringing another episode of Skyfactory3. We are up to episode 33 already, and we've got a couple of laser beams shooting through us. Well, no, not really. We have doubled our mana production right there, because these guys just aren't able. Well, actually, they're not bad. That one's a little overloaded, but it's just right on the border. I've created velocity and potency lenses and put them on here. Did just a little bit of tiny alter crafting just to get those velocity and thanks puppy the velocity and potency spreaders on there, and that's about it. Oh, I have automated this, and so this is a really clever solution. I have to credit Direwolf for that. But the wooden pressure plate, right, with an open crate and a hopper pointed in. I've made red coal and just the redstone conduit. That's it. That's it. When this gets used up, another one sucks it, and that's it. It's straightforward. The red coal is, let's put this on so we can fly. All right, the red coal is, of course, it's coal put in here in the resonator and makes red coal. And I have created a crafting pattern for this. Red coal, red coal, red coal. And so what I can do is I can say, let's give me a stack of those, right? So it just takes red coal. It takes regular coal, pops it in here, and it just creates red coal, dumps it back into the system. Got a little bit of importer here. So very, very cool. That's it. That's all I've done. Not doing too much off camera for you guys. But let's get down to some business real quick first. First is I have to give props to Zelnut. He was the first to comment in the last episode. Good job, Zelnut. Good job. Then Keegan Collins also pointed out. Hold on, where am I? There we go. There we go. Okay, good. Let's go down here. So Keegan Collins pointed out that when you build this end portal, you have to build it from the inside out. And so effectively being here, placing them because they are sighted. You can't tell visually. They look to be, the same direction, but I guess they are sighted. So the problem is I can't break them, right? They just don't break. Now this could be one of those tinkers things, but I thought I tried this. So let's try pickaxe. I don't care. We'll make a wooden pickaxe. How's that? No, let's make a diamond just in case. Just in case there's something like it's hardness of obsidian kind of thing. So let's head down here and let's see. Yeah, see, I just can't break them. So I'm going to have to go into creative mode and break these and replace them, unfortunately. I think I screwed the pooch. Can I get those back out? Nope, can't even get those back out. So, yeah, I did not know that. I didn't know that at all. So thank you very much, Keegan, for pointing that out. Let's clear that. Not that. Come on. Let me have that back. Travel. There we go. Step of traveling. All right. So cool. Now another thing is that it was pointed out that the recording was off center, or it was cut off on the right hand side. And sure enough, my OBS software had the little box that's supposed to center it and maximize it was just pushed off to the right a little bit. Just a stray drag and straight click and drag. And so yeah, kind of messed up. So thank you very much for pointing that out, and I have it fixed. This should be all good. So let's get into some more Botania. The great thing is there's a fairly steep, I shouldn't say steep. There's a fairly decent progression along the Botania, but it's all designed to get to Terrasteel. Once you get to Terrasteel, though, then it kind of opens up towards the end game, and we already have Terrasteel, and especially these Terrasteel nuggets. That's what we really need, because we want to make the portal to Alfheim. So let's take a look at that real quick. This is a great thing because we can fast track it. So this portal to Alfheim requires these glimmering wood, 3 of them, rest living wood, and a core. So that's all we have to do. And we're also going to need some pylons and some mana pools and stuff. But yeah, so we had to work our way to get to Terrasteel, and we've already got that. So that's nice and easy. So let's first make a core. So let's make the core. That's all very simple. And then we'll make the glimmering wood. And we'll need 3 of those. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're just going to need a whole bunch more. I don't remember how many, so I'm just going to grab a whole bunch of these. And we will build to the guide, and then we're going to need some pylons. And we're going to need the first level. I think, well, you know what? I don't have any of those. Let's make some of those real quick. So we will make a stack of those. This guy's coming along really well. Wow, totally jumping. Okay. I have already made a bunch of stacks of other ones, so I have been using this up quite a bit, and it's fairly... There we go. It's fairly keeping up, right? It's keeping up fairly well. I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, we've got to upgrade those guys because we want to push for even more mana. More mana. So we have all those, and we'll need 2 of these. And let's do that again. Throw that in there so it doesn't happen again. And then I'm going to need the Natura pylons, I believe. Let's just check. Let's just check real quick. It is the Natura. Yes, indeed. So it's the second tier pylons. So we'll need 2 of those. There we go. And then we're going to need a couple of mana pools. And so mana pools are straightforward. We've already seen how to make those, right? So we'll need 2 of those. Oh, good thing I got the achievement just now. And then lastly is we're going to need some sparks. Or at least I want some sparks. So sparks would be really nice to have. And so I've been using a lot of white. So let's just take a look real quick. Make sure we don't run out. Pretty much any color but blue we're good on. So let's go with, I don't know, cyan or green. Light green, I guess that is. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter which one. How about that one? Yeah, let's grab 2, 3, 4. Those are for the mana pools, okay? And then we'll grab 1 and 2 for these mana pools here. So in case you haven't seen these, the way these work is you just pop them on there, and they will say, all right, no problem. I will provide mana. If you need them, let me know, and I will provide them. And so what we can do is we can set the gateway up anywhere we really want. The cool thing is it will have, is that further? Yes. It will have a visualize here. And so the problem is that we want it down in the ground one. And I think I'm going to do it down in the ground. So let me dig this out. That way I can get down in the ground. There we go. And then I can do that. Now we are anchored. Excellent. So let's put the living, oh, no, what am I doing? What am I doing? Silly. Let me fix this. Let me fix this because I want this here. Now remember, that's super fast. All right, so get that, and that. Okay, much better. That's what I want. Living wood goes down here and here, and of course right there, and then we're going to need the glimmering wood, and over here. And then we're going to need something. It doesn't really matter. I don't think I can place on the side of this, right? Oh, I can. Sweet. That was pretty cool. And how come you're popping outside? Core goes down at the bottom. And I got all those. I just need 2 more. Oh, there they were. It was odd. I guess I didn't notice they popped out. I thought I was a little short. I mean, I thought I wasn't going to be short. And there we go. Okay. So that is all good, well and good. Now, these pylons can go anywhere. It doesn't really matter in this version. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to just put them back here. And I'll just put them like right here, kind of hide them. Now, it does look kind of cool, but I don't know. I want to try it behind here, kind of be like svelte and subtle. So first thing is the mana pools go down, right? Then we're going to need the pylons on top of it. So we put a pylon on top. Then we put a spark on top of that, or in there, either way. See if I can get that in there. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta remove this first, then you put the spark, then you put the, oops, nope, there. Then you put the pylon on top. There we go. And now you can just barely see it in there. Okay. So we will put this in here and right there. Okay. Now those aren't going to transfer right now. That's okay. We've got mana pool or mana tablets for that. So let's see which way these are. These are mana tablet in, so we should be able to get that right in there. Yes? How about if we do that? Hopefully we can sneak that in there. There we go. And so we'll fill this up just a bit. You know, maybe quarter of it. And so if you remember, what's happening with the latest one, and we might have to grab a little bit more because this is going to be a little light. So let's grab that. If you remember in 110, the Elven Gateway, it's a little bit different than it was before. Before it took a lot to open and then slowly drained. Here it takes you know, a medium amount to open, and then it doesn't take any except for per transaction. And I say medium amount, that's all subjective, right? So it's all up to however much you want to define as mana. So there we go. Okay, so the one thing I do want to do is fill this back up. Come on, get in there, please. There we go. Now, all we should have to do is hit this, and yay! Sweet. Okay, so what we want is we want several things. We want, first thing is glass. So we're going to need some mana glass. Well, we don't need it, we want it. Okay, and so that is same as all the other stuff was. So we can do mana glass. This looks pretty cool, right? So this is a neat block, and it stays together when you break it. However, if we throw it through here, oh, always forget, toss that through first, and we get ours back. Now, the Elven Guard. Okay, so we are going to toss this in, and it's going to give them all back as an even cool version of the block, and you'll see it here in a second. All right, and I like to put it behind here so that the things bounce back forward. All right, so it's kind of cool. It's got a little texture on it. It's a little hard to see, but yeah, it's kind of cool, kind of neat. Okay, so I got my tablet, right? Almost filled up, and I bet that pool is empty. It is. Okay, so the next thing is we need wood. So that's what we want to do. Let's go ahead and put this in there. So we want, let's say, a stack of this. No, come on now. There we go. And so we'll throw this, a stack of this in there, and we get this awesome stuff back. Do, 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 do. And a leg spike. Almost. And there. Okay. So that's really cool. Now what we can do is we can make mana spreaders with where is it? Right there. Elven mana spreaders. And so all we need is these elementium ingots. And that is, when we throw it through here, we have to use 2 mana steels. Okay? So we'll grab, let's go ahead and grab all of these except for, oh, not that, darn it. 1. There we go. We wanted an even number. And so what we can do is we can toss those through. And so that will, yeah, I thought I saw one of the regular mana steels. So that's cool. Now what we can do is we can make, actually, I think I'm going to need, yeah, no, that's enough. That's enough. That's all I needed. So see how it halved it? So we want to make these here, these Elven mana spreaders. And so what I can do is I can make just one of them. That's all I'll really need for right now. And you will see that I will take these off. Okay, I'm going to take these both off. I'm going to get rid of these, lose a little bit of mana, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Then, of course, I will throw these back in there. And then instead of that, I'm going to use this Elven spreader. And so I can put that right there. That should be good enough. Let's repoint this to this. All right, and then we will put one of the lenses back on. Now, none of these are bound to it, okay, because we placed it last. So all we have to do is just replace them. All right, so I'm going to replace all of these. And right there. And I don't know, how about right there? There. Now, all of these connecting to one. Let's see. Let's throw a few more down and just see. We'll fast track this, right? Just make sure. Make sure everybody's got them. So those are sucked up. And we'll check first and see if we need another one. But I think this is going to keep up. So that has sucked them all up. Oop, not that. There we go. Let's toss a few more down. See if they're all sucked up. Yeah, okay. So that's full saturation. So let's check it out. Yeah, we're going to need another one. Okay, not a problem though. Where is it? Right there. So let's grab another one. And we just so happen to have another one. And we can go right here. And then we will put the lens on it. And we will repoint it over to here. I missed that. Shift. There we go. Okay, so now that's pointed. And all we have to do is just selectively point some of these up. Oh, no. Why are you... Okay. There. You are acting odd. There. There. Okay. Shift. Shift. There we go. I was holding down shift the whole time, and it had gotten to that weird redirect mode. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just split these half and half. That's good enough. Right, so pretty much half and half. And let's see, that one's freed up, and that one's freed up. Okay, now we're handling all the mana, and that's coming back. It'll start coming back pretty well. Okay, good stuff. Now, we have the ability to do lots of fun stuff. Lots of good stuff. But first thing is, we'll need some mana diamonds. We'll need some, we already did that. We'll need some mana dust. Mana powder, that is. Is that one of them? I didn't think so. Okay, yeah, we're going to need these. And control Q. There we go. I thought we threw 32 in. Must not have had those. Okay, oh, that's right. We had to use one for whatever recipe we had. All right, so now, what's the pixie? I forgot what that was made from. Yeah, mana pearls. That's the other one. Okay, so let's put all those in, and we're going to need that in there. And then, do I have... Yeah, I didn't make those yet, so let's go ahead and make a stack of those. Well, let's do 2 stacks. Because, why not? Because why not? And, oh, there we go. That's what I wanted. That one. All right. Brilliant. And let's go ahead. I like how these stack higher now. Okay, we have so much crafting material now. That is all good. Okay, that is done. So, very cool. I mean, really, it's the mana spreader. Now, the next thing I would want is I can make Terrasteel armor if I wanted to. Now that we have all the mana in the world, all we need is mana steel helmet, and we can make mana steel all easy. And then we've got Terrasteel, and we can make these Runa Springs now. We're all set up, so we can get Terrasteel helmet now, or Terrasteel armor. Question is it better than this? One thing it doesn't do... Oh, that's right, I didn't put mending on here. Yeah, the one thing it doesn't do is doesn't allow for flight. So we would have to get flight some way. Now, we do have, remember, we have gassed, didn't we? I thought we took, let's see, lasso. Yeah, we captured the bat, but we haven't captured a lasso, the gas. So we could do the Botania ring, and I believe the mod is in here that allows us to put the flight ring on our baubles. But yeah, I mean that's kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of cool. We could do that. Yeah. Let me think about that for a second. Okay, I think what we are going to do is we're going to do a couple of niceties around here, and then we're going to come back next episode and fight the Gaia Garden, because that's a little bit involved. I'll show you. We first have to set up the pedestal here. 4 pylons. That's not too hard. That's a beacon, and we've got all the stuff to make that. That's not that bad. But the Gaia fight itself can take some time, and we'll want to make the armor and stuff. So let's take our time. Let's take our time and not rush it. But there's a couple things. First thing is, you notice that we're holding steady at the living rock, but the living wood is low. And that's because we're checking on just living rock, all right? So wouldn't it be nice to check for living wood? So I want to try to see if we can use one of those detectors again, all right? And see if we can get it to where it will be both of them, all right? So, oh, torch. Let's make a bunch of those. I keep making hundreds of these. I don't know where they go. I have no idea. It's just the craziest thing. Okay, detector. All right, let's make the detector here. And I think we have everything. We'll see if we have a machine casing. Yeah, we do. That was a little delayed reaction. Good. Okay, so I'm thinking what we can do is first we'll need to grab one of these. We don't have to do it first. Did I grab it? Oh, weird. There we go. I'm getting some weird lag all of a sudden. Okay, so let's take that off. We're going to put this in. Nope, put that in. Don't run away on me. I'm hoping this over here is still connected. I wish I knew if it was connected. There's no visual indication, but I would assume so. I would assume this all bridges here. If not, we can come down, or I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so in here, what we want to do is we want to say same thing. If it's 100 less than, All right, so when it is under the amount, it's going to create that. Now, there will be a situation when, let's say we keep using up this will keep growing. I'm okay with that. It's not that big of a deal. I don't want it to, to be super smart that it will, only run certain ones and place them in there. I'd have to have 2 different setups, and I don't care enough about it. It's not that big a deal. We have enough resources that that's fine. So that's the first thing. The next thing is that, these mana pools over here, they aren't getting filled up. Right, because there's glass there now, so they're not getting filled up, and it would be nice if they were. So let's do something about that. So in Botania, first of all, in case you didn't realize, Botania is crazy big. There's so many things to do in here. Really, really neat. It's also kind of fun. Bet you didn't know that there's a Teru Bazoo that actually stops rain. That's a standard vanilla thing. So we don't need the rain shield over there to stop rain. We actually have this with the Botania, and I think you feed it sunflowers, and so that's pretty cool. But what we want is sparks. All right, so we already made these standard sparks, right? Now we could upgrade them if we really wanted to Corporea sparks, but that's not that big a deal. We're not big mana power or mana requirements, but we want to add sparks to them, and they're dispersive, dominant, recessive, and isolated. And so we want to add a couple of recessive. Now, I'm going to put these on my mana pool over there, right? But I'm not going to do all 4 of them. I'm just going to do 3 of them because I want to leave one of them at least filled for this in case we have some crafting needs for it. So we're going to make some of these here. It requires Rune of Earth, all right? So that is stone, coal, and mushrooms. So let's gather up all this. So stone. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, and we need mushroom, and 1, 2, 3, and then we need coal, blocks of coal to be precise, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to need our standard mana steel, which we will have to make a little bit more, and 1, 2, 3. Let's grab some iron, and let's go over here for that right now. Just make a whole rash of it. Yeah, let's do this. I don't want to drain all these pools. I mean, it's recovering pretty well from when we just drained it earlier, but we'll be gentle. We'll be a little gentle. There we go. Pick that up. There we go. Thank you. Okay. Oh, and we can go ahead and put that on there. And then 1, 2. Oh, no, not those. No. Hold on. Let me clean that up. So last one on. And then last one on. There we go. Okay, gotta pay attention. And then nope. Just right click on those. Okay, and then that one we will right click on there. And then lastly is the mushroom. Click. There we go. And so let's grab 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Nice and quick. Let's get this in here. Like that, and then it gets a Rune of the Earth. Now we need, so it does make 2, and the reason I'm making doubles of these is because I want to have spares for future needs. And so whenever I'm doing this, I always say just do 2, right? Make up twice. If you're already there, you're gathering up the equipment, it's so easy to do that. Coming back later on is just kind of a pain. Oh yeah, I already have one on there. Okay, nice and quick. And, oh, there we go. Let's put that on first. It doesn't really matter. So let's put that on, that on, and lastly is the shroom. Nope, we are missing the rock. There we go. All right, how are we doing on this? Plenty. Good. And done. Okay, now we've got that. So we need our recessive, wasn't it? Yeah. Recessive. Beautiful. Now we have plenty of these Runes of Earth, so we're going to need 3 of them. So 1 and 2. Do they stack? Yes, they do. So 3. Recessive. What this means is that when I put them, I'm not going to put this on here, so this is always full. So when it's recessive, it means that these guys give up their mana to every other pool in vicinity. So as soon as I put that on there, you can see it's now flowing over to the least amount filled. I'll put this on there, and now it fills every other pool. And so now it'll just be distributing, and these guys will get filled up first. And as I'm making it, all the other pools will fill up, and these 3 will remain empty until they're all full. And then these will fill back up, and then we'll have a ton of mana on us. So yeah, that's cool. That is excellent. Okay, so let's prep for the battle. And we will want to do, let's see. So the first thing is a beacon. All right, so we have plenty of nether stars, so that should be no problem to make that. And then we're going to get 9 iron. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we're going to need those pylons. Now, this is pylon. This is the 3rd tier, the Gaia pylon. This is for the Gaia fight, and that requires a regular mana pylon, the pixie dust, and the elementium. Of course, that's why we needed the gateway to do this. So it should be straightforward. We just need 4 of these, which means we need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'll throw it back in. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So there's our 4 Gaia pylons. There's that. Now, this is not just this isn't enough by itself. We're going to need all kinds of other things. And remember this guy right here, right? This is what's keeping me fed. Okay, it's keeping me fed, but we're also going to need health. So let's take a look. We'll go to the closest crafting grid here. So if we look at RF tools, we need health because it's going to be serious. We're going to need the regeneration. It's a pretty tough fight. It's nothing like the Chaos Guardian or anything, the Chaos Dragon, but yeah. So see the Villager Golem. We need a Villager Golem for this one, and same thing for this. So let's just go ahead and make 3 of these syringes first. We are the glass jars, right? Jar. Nope. Bottle. That's what they're called. Glass bottle. Okay. Beautiful. And you know what? We'll throw a few more in there just in case we need it. Okay. So let's go back to the RF tools. We need the saturation here, regeneration, I mean. And yep, either one of these will work. And so we have 1, 2, and 3. And so let's see. Do we have? We do. We have pumpkins. So we'll need 1 of those. We'll need some more. What are those called? Iron. That's what they're called. Called iron blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that real quick. And where is my head? There we go. Bud, I'm going to have to take some of your life. I'm sorry. I know. You got lots. So I set you on fire. I know, it's rough. You'll be okay. That's 100% good. See? I told you you'd be okay. Fire doesn't even hurt you. There we go. Okay, and there we go. 100%, 100%, 100%. Perfect. Perfect. And so then all we have to do is make this with 1 of these, and excellent. And let's clear that out. Put this in here. Just want to see if it's shapeless. Nope, it is shaped. All right, now we have the regeneration plus. So when we bring this over for the Gaia fight, it will now have both saturation and regeneration. So that's cool. There might be some other things in here that we will want, like speed. Speed will be another one, and so we're going to need that, a horse. But remember, we don't have any horses yet, so that's a little bit tough. And I think that's about it. Peaceful probably won't help, and yeah, so that's about it for there. But there's a few other things we might have to get ready. In general, though, if we have, it's the first Gaia battle isn't too bad. It's the second Gaia battle that's a bit challenging. With Terrasteel armor, it makes it a lot easier, So I do want to try the first one with this Supremium armor just to see how well we fare, because I know how well we do with this with the Terrasteel armor. It's pretty good. So, all right, guys. Well, we've had a good day of Botania. Hopefully, you've learned a few cool things. Right, we are fast tracking through this, and frankly, it's 2 episodes. We've start to end game of Botania. That's pretty sweet. It's really all about the Terrasteel, but you know what? Frankly, we could have gotten there with pretty quickly as well. So, all right, guys. Well, I gotta wrap up here, and we will say goodbye. Watch this. I'm gonna fall. That's fun. Okay, guys. I will see you in the next one. If you enjoyed this, leave a like, leave a comment. Of course, we've got great discussions going on, so join in the fun. Lots of fun things. We're very, very easy community going on here. So, all right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.